Hi guys, it is Cara theBubblelush. So I wanted to take a moment and let you guys know what happened in my ultrasound today. So I get there and instead of doing my blood work first, they just take me right back into the ultrasound. And I think I hear Chris walking around. And I am expecting to see a good sized follicle or 2 or 3 on my right side and nothing much on my left side, because that's kind of what's been happening every time I go in there. So first they measure my lining and it is 14.5 millimeters, which is like over a half an inch thick. That's a lot. But she said it looked good. And then she went to the right side, which she always does, and she looked around and she started measuring the follicles. There was a lot of them. And oh, actually, let me rewind. First, I started asking her when we first got in there. I was naked from the waist down, but we hadn't yet started the probing. I asked her about the Menopur, and she said that most of the time women with PCOS have an elevated LH, luteinizing hormone level, which is the reason why OPKs just do not work very well for PCOS chicks, because our LH levels fluctuate throughout our cycles irregularly. And however, based on the way I was responding to Follistim, which is just FSH, they thought that I might have a lower LH level than they were expecting, and that I might need some LH support. So that's why they added in the Menopur, which is FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, which is luteinizing hormone. They also said that it was like super powerful stuff, and from what I read online, yep, super powerful stuff, and that it helps to improve egg quality. So she goes, okay, so you're doing 100 units of the Follistim at night and 1 vial, 75 units of Menopur in the morning. And I was like, no, nope, that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing 150 units of Follistim just like I was before, no change at night, and 1 vial of Menopur at night. And she was like, that's not what the doctor said. And I was like, well, that's what the nurse told me. I verified it twice. And she was like, oh no. And then she was like really afraid that she was going to get in there and there was going to be like way too many follicles, because she was like, that's a much higher dosage than we were wanting you to have. And I was like, seriously? Seriously? If my cycle had been canceled because a nurse made a mistake, I would be really, really upset. I just want to say that. I know that like human error, obviously, but like I would have been really upset. So she gets in there and she looks at the right side, and all the follicles that have been there and have been kind of mid-range, 9 by 11, 10 by 12, they're all still there and they haven't grown. And there's a couple more that are bigger, you know, in that 10 by 10-ish range, but I don't have like a big follicle. And so I was really scared because, you know, my right side has been the one that's been responding and it wasn't. And I was like, seriously, they add Menopur and like instead of having like way too many follicles, they don't budge. Seriously? And she's like, well, let's go check the left side. And so she checked the left side, and I was like, whoa, those came out of nowhere. I did have like 15 small follicles on my left side before. Every time I went in there, they were all just kind of small. And I have a leading follicle that appeared out of nowhere since Monday, and it is at 13 by 11. And then I have 2 others that are like 11 by 11, and there is a bunch of other ones that are like 9 by 10, 9 by 11. And the good thing about this, you're thinking, Carla, that's the same size as you said it was on the right side. I know. The thing is their rate of growth. The follicles on the right side, they've been there since like 4 days after starting stims. Like, they've been there the whole time and they haven't grown. But these ones on the left have grown a lot in just 3 days. So that, to me, tells me that they have much better quality, that they're growing at a better rate, so they're getting a more consistent flow of hormones. And they're not like growing a little bit, stop, growing a little bit, stop. So I think that the dominant follicle is going to come out of those follicles on my left side. And it's awesome in a way because way back when I was trying to conceive Hannah. I had cycle after cycle where I responded to Femera on my right side, and it didn't result in a pregnancy. And I think there's a video even that's like, is lefty broken? And the cycle that I ended up conceiving Hannah, I ovulated from my left side. So it was kind of nice that like lefty is no longer broken, and it woke up and it's responding to the medicine. And she said that she wants to see 2, 3, maybe even 4 leading follicles, and that she's gonna, after they did the ultrasound, and she was very encouraged, and she was like, maybe you really just did need to have 150 units of Follistim and Menopur, like it wasn't too much. We're going to keep it most likely at that, but I want to look at your estrogen level. So I went in and had my blood drawn, and this afternoon they called and they said, get this. So my estrogen level had been at like 50, 60, it went up to 160, which was good. And then it plummeted on Monday to 41. 41. Really? 41. I'm blogging here. Telling them how it went up. 50, 60, 160, 41. Seriously. So that's when they called and added the Menopur. And then today, when they called, 258. That's so awesome. They want it between, like, I think they wanted around 400, and that they would be okay, I think, up to 600. I think that's what they said. It all kind of depends on how many follicles, how many leading big juicy follicles are there. But I think that's right where they want it. And instead of waiting 3 to 4 days like they were before, they want me to come back in 2 days. So I'm going back in on Saturday morning, and hopefully everything looks good. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm very encouraged that the cycle has not been canceled. I'm excited that Menopur is covered by my insurance. I'm responding well to it, and even though it stings like a bee, if you ice your tummy with an ice pack for like 3 to 4 minutes before your shot, it's much, much, much better. You might still feel a little bit of burning, and you might feel a little bit of achiness afterwards, but it is nothing compared to just taking the shot without prepping your skin first. Like, whoa. That first shot of Menopur really hurt, especially right after I had a Follistim shot, which you don't feel at all, and then all of a sudden this like stinging, burning, achy Menopur comes right after that. Yowza. And I know that like progesterone oil is like super painful, and there's lots of painful injections out there. I was just not prepared for Menopur stinging, especially, like I said, since Follistim has been a piece of cake. So that's what's going on. I really, really appreciate everyone sending lots of well wishes and baby dust and follicle stimulating hormone at me. I really appreciate it, and obviously it was well received. And oh, the coolest maybe part of the appointment was finding out that as of Saturday, when I go back in on Saturday, I will have beaten the clinic record for the longest stemmed cycle. Yeah. Seriously, like, I bake Hannah for 42.5 weeks, and now I have like a 28-day stem cycle. That's just stems. I'm actually like, it'll be like cycle day 30 when I go in there. Like, ridiculous. And I stacked up my boxes of medicine, and at the end of the cycle, like right after we trigger, I'm definitely taking a picture of all the medicine I've taken, because it is ridiculous. But it's like a huge stack of boxes of medicine. Nuts. So I think that's it. I just want to let you know what was going on, and thank you for being so encouraging and supportive. When you combine encouraging and supportive, you get encouraging, apparently. And that's about it. I hope everyone has a great night. I am going to Hunger Games tomorrow night. I'm so excited. So excited to see Hunger Games. Really, really excited. I'll probably make a video after Hunger Games too, just to get you guys all excited, so you guys go and read the books and see the movie, and we can all talk about it, because out of nowhere I just became a huge Hunger Games fan. Okay, that is about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys!